I happened to be in his house one day and came across a trophy that was just sort of nonchalantly put in his basement, and it was a top 10 Boston Marathon finish, and that's something else.
Back when I started running in the 70s and 80s, Bob was the touchstone of all of us who were running. He's 7 years older than I am, and we could never see him, but he was always there. He was the best sportsman ever. I remember running a silver relays race against him once in High Park, and he was injured, and we were running really, really hard, and at the end I could see him limping, and I out sprinted him. And afterward, I went up to him to say, you know, I realized that he certainly would have beaten me under normal circumstances. I said, really sorry, Bob, I know you're hurt. He says, don't ever apologize. He said, I would have done the same to you.
Bob Moore, you did the best. If you finished the Boston Marathon, you did well. If you finished the top 10, you're a human being that I would like to meet.
Well, we've been doing this race, the Sunnybrook 8K, for 45 years. Of course, I haven't been doing it for 45 years. Bob started it. So Bob started it in the old days with the Metro Toronto Fitness Club. So he did it for many years. I took over like 30 years ago. And the hill over there, which is infamous, is called, we named it the Bob Moore Hill. So people can swear his name a couple of times during this two-loop race.
Bob had this tendency to foam at the mouth when he was racing. He used to have gob all over his face. It was just awful looking. I was in a car because my leg wasn't till later. And we saw Bob running along the side of the road. He was in 4th place and he was dueling with a woman. And he had Mad Dog spit all over his face. Our team was called Mad Dogs and Englishmen, by the way, so it was very appropriately named. And the ambulance guys came up beside him and tried to pull him off the road because they thought he was in desperate straits, and they were really trying to get him to stop and go into their ambulance, and he kept waving them off. He finished, outdueled the woman, finished his leg, and lay down on a picnic table to stretch a bit, and they thought he was passed out. And so they kept trying to pick him up and throw him in the medical wagon so that they could look after him. And he was fighting them off because he wasn't hurt at all, but they thought he was, and that's very typical of Bob.
I saw that he ran just recently in the Ontario Championships across country, and he continues to run all his races, and what makes him very special is he records every single race he's ever run in, so you'll know exactly what he did. If you want to know about a race that was 25 years ago, he'll have it all statistically written up, not on a computer, but written up. Great man, a great induction to the Leaside Hall of Fame.
Bob's been a resident of Leaside forever, I believe, and of course all of the races that he put on were in Leaside. So I think it's a fantastic achievement, and you guys should be honored that he's in that Hall of Fame.
I would love to congratulate Bobby Moore on this fantastically long career. He's still as competitive as can be, and I look up to him and admire him and hope that 7 years from now I can be just like him still.